It's garage sale day plus mail day on today's episode of Baseball King Collectibles. Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Baseball King Collectibles, back in the studio. Today I went some garage selling with my wife in the morning and found some good memorabilia today. You know, nothing great, no $100, $1 million, I'm not going to get rich. But my wife likes reselling on eBay. So the little things that we do find, you know, she flips them and makes some money. So we're going to get to that. And mail today, we got a couple pieces back in the mail. We got one today, actually. Today's mail. And where is it? Right here. I got it right here. And we had one that we ordered back in June. But I haven't bought nothing in between. You know, I've been busy with the channel trying to do things with that. So, and again, subscribers, wow, where you guys come from? I can't believe it. You guys are joining me. Thank you so much for adding in, you know, subscription to join us and hit the bell and all that. Come back and, you know, we love you guys for joining. Thank you so much. I'm almost at my next goal. I blew past my last goal of 150 and 175. Next goal is 200. So we're almost there. Slowly. Well, we do a little at a time. All right. Anyway, mail day. Today's mail, this is what we got today. All right, we'll start off with today's mail. It was Joe Ducky Medwick, a Hall of Fame plaque. I love these Hall of Fame plaques. I've been collecting these little glare on the screen. I've been collecting these for a long time. As you see, I got a bunch of them in the back. Some of these are very hard to get. This was very hard. The guy had seller had it for about $160, $175. I offered him $100 like 3 months ago. I lowball the guys. You know, you always do. You never know. Some guys do actually take it. So let me show you a nice close up of the autograph and his plaque, if you can read all that, because this guy was a big name in baseball. Ducky Wucky, you know. Who other's nickname is Ducky Wucky? I mean, Joe Ducky Medwick. That's everyone knows. Joe Medwick, yeah. Joe Ducky Medwick, yeah. I know even more. So he had a long career. Oh, yeah, Ducky played. Oh, how I got this first. I paid $120, I think, for it. He was asking $175. This is going on for months. He lowered, and I offered him $125 at the high. $130 I offered him. My highest offer was $130, and he rejected it back then. Then he put it on sale for like $135, and I just ignored him. I said, what am I going to offer him? He's going to just reject me again. So he went back to $165, $170. No sales. I've been watching it, and a couple of other people watching it. He came down again to $137 or something crazy. So I offered him $120 this time, which is lower than my previous offer, and he accepted it. So added to the collection. It's a Beckett. Beckett slabs for the autographs is fine. You know, for cards, I don't like it. I wouldn't, you know, PSA or JSA for cards. Not JSA, or SGC for cards. But slabs, Beckett slabs are fine for autographs. They're really, you know, authenticating, you know, no problem with that. And there's no hanky-panky going on with none of this stuff. That's why I like it. I don't have no problem. No issues, no nothing. So Medwick, you know, he had a great career. If you don't know about Joe Ducky Medwick, guys, I've got to read a little bit for you. He was born in the early hundreds. He played for 17 years. Mostly with the Cardinals. Big years with the Cardinals. He burst on the scene. You know, he was a 10-time All-Star. He won the Triple Crown in 1937. How's that? I'll give you the numbers. 237 hits, 111 runs scored. Besides, and he led the league in that too. Besides the Triple Crown numbers of 31, 154, 374. All right, with 154 RBIs. Wow, that's crazy numbers, right? With, like I said, 56 doubles. I mean, the year before he had 56 doubles, but he was a double machine. He was like kind of like a Manning of his day. If you look at his numbers, he had 5-6 big years in a row, and then he really fell off the map. He really, injuries, I'm not sure. I haven't looked it up. I haven't really know much about him either, really. But just looking at his stats, he fell off at about age 29 to 30. He had a couple decent years in between, but didn't match those real big productive years from, like, say, 36, 37, 35, 34. Those were he was huge. And he was a 10-time All-Star at 17 years. So, like I said, those last 7 years, you know, so mostly with the Cardinals, like I said, 32 to 40. Then he bounced around. He went to Brooklyn. He went to the hated Giants. He went to Boston of the NL, the Boston Braves. Oh, he went back to Brooklyn. And then he wound up back in St. Louis for his final year. He retired at the age of 36. He was done. He was shot. These guys were done. These guys weren't in condition like they are now. By the time most of these guys hit 32, their careers were downhill. Most of the guys didn't have the big years anymore. 30, 31 was the big years. But, you know, he was a 324 lifetime hitter. I mean, he was a great guy. I mean, you want to compare him a little bit to, I guess, Mattingly. Trout, maybe Trout had more power numbers, but again, like Trout burst on the scene. And then now has done nothing the last 5 or 6 years because of injuries. But, you know, Joe Ducky Medwick took a long time to get into the Hall of Fame also. The Veterans Committee voted him in, I think it was 75, I believe. Not sure the exact year, but he did get in. He finally did get in. He deserved to be in. I mean, his numbers are credible. His lifetime batting average, 324. You know, that's pretty damn good. You know how many guys hit over 300? Now even hit 300. Go look at the numbers. You know, 6 guys in the league this year, American and National combined. So that's Joe Ducky Medwick. And another one I recently got was Richie Ashburn. Tough one to get. Real tough one to get. Because he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, I believe, in now 95, right? 95? And he passed away in 97. So you didn't have much chance to get him on these plaque cards, which this is what I really collect these. I love these. I got, you name it, I got them on these. These are big. So he was hard to get. You know, like I said, I waited for the right price. You can overpay, guys. You want to pay what you want to pay, you can get them real quick. I wait for the price. I wait for the buy it nows to come along. I wait for a best offer somebody puts on. You just don't jump on unless you got a lot of money. You know, your funds are unlimited, whatever. Everybody's different, but, you know, I like the glare there. So we'll hold him up right there. See, nice Richie Ashburn autograph. He had a great career, too. Ashburn, you know, he burst on the scene, too. He burst on the scene nationally, 1948, led the league in stolen bases with 32, which is a low number back then, but that was a lot back then, 32. You know, he had good speed. That was the only time he led the league in steals, but he was a good runner over the years with the Phillies. 50, they were in the World Series, of course. He was their leadoff hitter. He played 15 years, 6-time All-Star, 2-time batting champ, right? He had 338 in 1955 and 350 in 1958 with a 308 lifetime batting average, of course. 3 times 200 hits. And I said, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1995 and passed away 2 years later. Just didn't have he didn't get the, you know, he was also by the Veterans Committee, voted him in too. So he wasn't in right away. It was later in his life, but he was still a young man. And he was announcing for the Phillies, you know, after his playing career. He finished up with the Mets in 62, where he was a 2-time All-Star. 2 All-Star games in 1962, and he was the representative both times. So it all total, I think he made 6 All-Star games, something like that. But the Phillies wanted him to go into their booth after retired, because Phillies weren't a good team. They weren't popular. The fans, of course, with their fans, but they needed something, so they brought Ashburn back. They didn't want to lose him in the first place. They let him in the expansion draft to the Mets. And after that, Ashburn had a good year. 302 with the Mets. He had a good year with them, but he just didn't want to play with the Mets anymore. I don't blame him. But Phillies made him an offer coming to the booth, probably for more money than he was making with the Mets and losing 120 games, which finally the White Sox erased that record from the Mets history, which dubious. But yeah, he wanted to. He planned to retire. He was in the booth how many years? From 93 to 63. I'm sorry, to 97 when he passed away. He planned to retire at the end of that season, but unfortunately, it was September 9th, 97. Just after a game with the Mets, he went back to the hotel room and he had a heart attack. And that was it. That was a shame, man. And they all say the same thing. Don Drysdale didn't want to die like that. They all say that. We don't want to die in a hotel room. All the announcers say that now. They don't want to die in a hotel room on the road. You know, it's a scary thing for these announcers. They want to go to sleep at night. They want to come home, make sure they come home. Especially at the older age gentlemen. So, but, you know, Ashburn was a great guy. I loved him. You know, as a player, I didn't get to see him, of course, but as an announcer, I got to listen to him a lot of games. Only in New York, but we got the Philly games on the radio back in those days. I always listened to, tuned it in on my radio, a little blurry, but I caught Richie for many years. And then later on in his career, and I met him in person. I got autographs of also. I met him outside of Shea Stadium when he was an announcer. He'd come before the games. The announcers always came too. That's another thing, guys. If you're going for in-person autographs, try to find out who their announcers are. Most of them are Major League ball players. So you could, get their cards. And those guys sign away. They love fans. Every announcer. Very good with fans. So was Richie Ashburn. So anyway, we also got in the mail, this was back in June, all right? I was watching a video. Shout out to YouTuber Sammy Thunder. He's a legendary YouTuber, I should say, because that's how he's been dubbed as now. And he made a video back about Willie Mays baseball cards. And it was 2 days before he passed away. And he was talking about how Mays really wasn't, his cards were undervalued. And they are. And they really are. And I'm not a big Mays collector. I've been a Mantle guy over the years. I just got my Mays originals and some other ones I bought over the years. Not the greatest, not graded or anything. Just my collection, my own PC. But he made a good point. He was showing, Sammy Thunder was showing prices up on the screen of what Mays cards are going for. I said, wow, it's crazy. Under $100, Willie Mays graded cards. You can't beat that. How's that possible? So I picked up these two. I picked up a 67 and a 3 and a 66 and a 3. You know, I just couldn't resist them. The prices were too good. I'll put the prices up on both of them here. You'll see the price on this one, and I'll show you the price what I paid for this one. I'm not full transparency. I got nothing to hide. Why I wanted this 66 so bad, I'll tell you the story behind it. My original 66, which is the only other one I have of this, is in my original box. Put it away. It's not the best condition. It was card number 1, and back in those days, you put rubber. I had them in order, and card number 1, rubber band around the top one. A little, it's not bad. It's pretty decent condition for a 66. How I got that card in 66 was, I went into the my local toy store. Was selling cards out of the machine, the vending machine with the cards. You put 5 cents in, get 5 cards, and he saw I'm a regular customer. I'm coming back and forth. I said to him, and he saw I was disappointed, probably who I was getting. He goes, "You looking for anybody specific?" I go, "Yeah, Willie Mays. I need him for, complete the set. I needed Willie Mays." And the next series was coming out really soon. So once he was in Series 1. Once Series 2 comes out, Series 1's nowhere to be found. You can't buy it no more. That's how it was back then. You couldn't buy it ever. There was no baseball cards, so you weren't getting it. Unless you were trading with a friend. So I'll get to it. That's another story I got with a trade I made. But this Mays card, he went under the desk, pulled out a box, I guess the vending box. Went through it, gave me the Mays. Didn't even charge me for it. Right? Yeah, kid. Whatever he said back then. I was like, wow, Willie Mays. So it's not in great shape. I had to replace it, but isn't that great? I still got that original card, so good stuff, guys. Right? So let me get to today's garage sale haul, where my wife's looking to make some money off of my stuff that we find here. So let's see what we got on today's garage sale haul. We'll start it off with a David Wright lithograph. $1. Can't go wrong for $1. But look what it's worth. It's got a little value to it. So for $1, there's David Wright fan out there somewhere out there. I'm sure. When was this printed? It looks like 2007, I think. And it's an artist. It's hard to sign, So, what? Why not, right? I like the photo balls, guys. I always tell you the photo balls. Be on the lookout. Photo balls. Here's another one from opening day. From a True Value. Oops. True Value. Opening day. It's a Yankee logo ball. Not big value. Paid $1 for it. You see the values. They're not big, but they flip quick, and they're inexpensive at garage sales, guys. You want to make some money? Hey, This one across 1998 All-Star Game. It's in the bag still, which of course makes extra value because it's still sealed in its original bag. All-Star Game. I don't know if they gave these away at the Rockies that year, 1998, or what, but it's a photo ball. But from photo balls, you could see on the label. I love these balls for $1 to sell for 15, 20, whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what they're worth. I'll look at them all the comps. I'll put everything I show you. I'm going to show comps if I can find them. So maybe they're not. Pick up a Yankee puzzle. Hey, what kid doesn't want to do a Yankee puzzle? I guess it's this. There's the puzzle right there. Nice little, glove, the ball, the bat, and the logo. 150 pieces. There they are. Still sealed, and it's original sealed. I wouldn't buy it if it was unsealed, because there's a piece missing. You can't sell a piece missing, or you have to go through it, make the puzzle yourself. No, I'm not going to do that. And sealed, all these adds value. We only try to buy sealed items to resell. So, not bad for $1. Can't go wrong. And it was Bobblehead Day. We hit Bobblehead City today. We come across a Cal Ripken. Still in its original bottle. These are hand-painted bobble doubles, they're called. All right, these were real popular back in the mid-90s, late 90s. My son, he even had a bunch of these, too. I bought for him, too. I still think he probably has them somewhere. But here's the Ripken. All right. And here's a Rocket Roger Clemens Signature Series 1. Ooh, special edition. All right. See that around. It's all sealed. These never out of the originals. Can't go wrong. $1. These are dollars. Right? All dollar items, guys. I'm not breaking the bank at garage sales. Nobody does. And then we got this one here, which was A-Ride with Texas. Nice one. So whoever had these, obviously they bought them in the same, the same time frame, I would imagine, because, pretty much the same. Again, you'll see the price on these. They're all, for $1. I would buy if I was a bobblehead collector. There's people that collect everything, and they will buy. Somebody a collector will buy it. Here's an interesting one. It's sealed in this box. I'm not even going to take it out, but it's Robin Yount, and it was a Pepsi series, I guess. It was a series of 3 you could get. Jeff Jenkins, and the Yucca, that would be a nice one. That's probably really a pricey one, the Yucca one, I would imagine. Anything Yucca. So Robin Yount, of course, he's, it's Robin Yount. Not just any guy. And it's sealed in the box, which always adds value. That's another, you got to think about, guys. Loose or sealed, big difference in price. And then last but not least, on the bobble, well, it's not a bobblehead, but it's a piggy bank. It is the Brooklyn Cyclones piggy bank. And not living far from Brooklyn here, it's pretty popular. You see a lot of Brooklyn Cyclone stuff. That the Mets low A ball team. That's their low A ball. And Yankees have a team in Staten Island. So they're their rivals. You see on this side of piggy bank. That's what it looks like, I guess. See inside. Again, it's sealed. Not going to open it. It's $3. I mean, you see what it sells for. Come on. People just give stuff away. I guess this was a giveaway. So, people like us, they just want to get rid of their stuff. They just want it out. Especially if they're moving. They just want it gone. Otherwise, what are they doing? They're bringing it back in the house. So, you get a lot of good deals this way. And last but not least, we have an oldie but goodie. And it's in season. It's a nice Jets helmet. This is an oldie from, we got a sticker on it. It's just the warning sticker, and it's not really a real helmet. These are the replicas. Back in the day, they had the foam. But, as a kid, we would use these, I'm not putting it on my head. But we would use these, and not to play, we wouldn't be tackling each other. It's too in-touch, just for fun. But you can see some decent condition. The Franklin, a little rubby, a little, but hey, even in this condition, where you finding it? It's still beauty. And Jets, come on, the Jets are hot right now. This should sell real quick. So you'll see the price, what it goes for, and what we paid for this. A whopping, you'll never believe this one, $1. That's right. The guy that barely spoke English, he didn't even know who the Jets were. Some people get stuff, I guess it's left from the house before. Who knows where they get stuff from? I'm amazed at half the stuff I do find at garage sales, guys. It is kind of weird when you see a lot of things pop up. And you go, wow, where'd they find that from? Matter of fact, there was a garage sale today. The guy had Mickey Mantle, all signed autographs, framed and everything. Mantle, Mays, Floyd Patterson, Cassius Clay, even Muhammad Ali. A lot of stuff, a lot of Yankee Stadium. $35. Were they real? I wasn't going to take a chance. It was certificates on the back from the late 90s, which before PSA, before JSA, before everybody, So how do you know? Was I going to take that chance? No, you can't. They look good. They really did. And I said to these people, why don't you get it certified? You can probably get $300-400 a photo. Well, time back, it is just time consuming. And so people want money right away, guys. You can get good deals. Was I going to take a chance on that one? No, but somebody will before the day's out. And they're going to hit a home run there on that one because there was a lot of interesting items signed, which I love my autographs, that. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed the show. A little long today, as you, we try to cut it short. You guys, patience out there. You guys can't watch all day. You're going to subscribe because if you don't, I'm from Brooklyn. I know a lot of friends, so we can find out who's watching if you didn't subscribe. You know that. No, we really can't. But I'm from Brooklyn. I ain't got a lot of friends. But please subscribe. Come on, guys. We're getting up there. Almost at my next goal of 200 subscribers. Help me get there. Let's do it on our next episode of Baseball King Collectibles. Come on back.